Rolling green hills that go on forever. Acacia trees silhouetted black against a bruised purple sky. A dirt road cuts between homesteads, Izinlu, circular mud homes with thatched roofs, cattle kraals, cook fires beginning to glow. This is the land that remembers everything. Zitoleo Dlamini, 28, lean and careful, a schoolteacher home for the first time in 2 years, city dust still on his shoes, walks the road toward his family homestead carrying a single bag. He is glad to be back. He is also, though he cannot name the feeling yet, uneasy. The hills feel watched. His grandmother Gogo Nomvula is 79, small and absolute, the kind of woman who has already decided everything she needs to decide about the world, sits outside the Indlu waiting for him as if she knew the exact minute he would arrive. She stands, embraces him, then holds him at arm's length and looks at his face. Gogo. In Zulu, subtitled. You look thin. The city eats people. Zitoleo. I look exactly the same, Gogo. Gogo. Studying him. No. The face is the same. Something behind it is different. She lets him go. But she keeps watching him the way a woman watches a road where she once saw something she cannot explain, firelight. The family gathers. His mother Tandy, 54, warm, busy hands. His uncle Sibusiso, 61, heavy, laughs too loud. His childhood friend Lanjolo, 29, easy grin, immediately pulls Zitoleo aside. It feels like home. It smells like home. But 3 people who should be here are not mentioned. Zitoleo notices after an hour. Zitoleo. Quietly, to Lanjolo. Where is Boban Lovu? And the Kumolo girls, Sifui and her sister. Lanjolo's grin fades. Something careful enters his face. Lanjolo. Ndlovu moved away. The Kumolo girls, they are around. Zitoleo. Around where? Lanjolo. Changing the subject. You want more food? Zitoleo watches his friend's face. In 29 years he has never seen Lanjolo avoid a question. He says nothing. But he starts paying attention. Zitoleo can't sleep. He steps outside. The air is cold and clear, stars packed so tight the sky looks crowded. He sees his grandmother sitting outside her door. Still. Watching the road. He sits beside her. Zitoleo. You're not sleeping either. Gogo. Old people don't sleep. We just wait. Beat. I need to tell you something. Before someone else does it wrong. She reaches into the folds of her blanket. Pulls out something small, a piece of dark cloth. Rough and old. Gogo, CONT'd. When you were small I told you the rule. About borrowing. Zitoleo. Remembering. If someone asks to borrow your coat at night, refuse. Gogo. Do you remember why? Zitoleo. You said, if they are still wearing it in the morning, they're not borrowing the coat. Gogo. They are borrowing you. Boban Lovu didn't move away. He lent his coat. 3 months ago. We found the coat on the road. Empty. But folded neatly. Like someone had finished with it. The fire pops. Zitoleo stares at the cloth in her hands. Gogo, CONT'd. The Kumolo girls are still here. But they are not the Kumolo girls anymore. Zitoleo. Gogo. Gogo. I have seen it before. When I was young. My mother called them Izimpati, the borrowers. They take a piece of a person at night. A coat. A scarf. A blanket slept in too deeply. They wear it until the piece of the person inside is digested. Then they need another piece. She grips his arm. What is missing from a person when a borrower has taken from them is not something you can see in daylight. But at night, look at the eyes. The eyes do not catch firelight the way they should. Zitoleo walks through the village telling himself his grandmother is old and the night made her stories feel larger than they are. He sees Sifui Kumolo, 26, once the loudest laugh in the valley, fetching water at the communal tap. He waves. She She waves back. He almost keeps walking. Then he stops, something about the wave. The angle of the wrist. Too precise. Zitolil see like someone who has watched a person wave and is performing the memory of it rather than doing like someone who has watched a person wave and is performing the memory of it rather than doing it naturally. He watches her walk away. Her steps are almost right. Each foot placed with a care that walking should not require. His uncle Sibusiso is repairing a fence. Zitolil approaches. Helps. They walk in comfortable silence. Then a cloud passes over the sun. The light drops. Zitolil glances at his uncle's face. The eyes. In the sudden shadow, just for a moment, Sibusiso's eyes catch the dim light wrong. Not a reflection. An absence of reflection. Where a human eye should catch light and return it, there is nothing. A flat surface. Like painted stone. Then the sun returns. Sibusiso laughs at something. Slaps Zitolil on the shoulder. Completely normal. Zitolil does not flinch. He laughs back. But his hands on the fence wire are shaking. Zitolil sits with his grandmother. Speaks in a low voice. Zitolil. Sibusiso. Gogo. Does not look surprised. Yes. Zitolil. How long? Gogo. 2 months. Since his hunting coat went missing from the door where he hung it. Zitolil. He doesn't know. Gogo. The piece that is missing does not know it is gone. The rest of the person continues. Eats. Laughs. Works. But something essential has been taken out. Like a fire that looks lit but produces no heat. Zitolil. Fighting it. This is not possible. Gogo. Calmly. You saw the eyes. Beat. Zitolil. What do they want? The borrowers. What are they actually taking, Gogo? The old people could not agree. Some said they eat identity, a person's sense of who they are. Others said they take warmth, the part of a human that loves and fears. What I know is this, a person who has been borrowed from becomes less themselves over time. Slowly. Like color fading from cloth left in the sun. Eventually. Zitolil. Not enough left of the original person to hold the body together. And the borrower moves on. Looking for a new coat. She looks at him directly. 7 people in this village have been borrowed from. I have been counting. The borrower needs another piece soon. And you? She stops. Zitolil. What? Gogo. You arrived wearing a coat I did not recognize. A city coat. Expensive. Someone on the road asked you if they could try it on. The air leaves Zitolil's lungs. He thinks of the road. Yesterday evening. A man, or what seemed like a man, standing at the junction. Smiling. Nice coat. Can I try? Just for a second. He had laughed and handed it over. The man put it on. Wore it for 30 seconds. A minute. He handed it back and walked away. Zitolil. Barely a sound. How much can they take in a minute? Gogo looks at him. Her face is the answer. Zitolil wakes with a feeling he cannot name. He lies still and tries to find it. Something is absent. Not pain, the opposite of pain. An emptiness where something used to press. He reaches for it the way you reach for a word that was just in your mouth. He cannot find his fear. He sits up. Checks himself. He knows he should be terrified, his grandmother's words, the flat eyes of Sibusiso, the man at the road junction. All of it should be pressing down on him like weight. He feels nothing. Calm. Easy. Light. He gets up and walks outside. The borrower is waiting. It wears the shape of the man from the junction, but looser now, the human form less committed, the edges of the face slightly soft, as if the skin is a garment worn by something that does not fully understand the fit. It holds Zitolil's coat. The borrower. Voice almost right, a half-beat too slow. You left something. Zitioleo. No fear, that is wrong, he knows it is wrong, but he cannot feel it. What did you take from me? Debawa. Just a small piece. You won't miss it. Zitioleo. I already miss it. I just can't feel that I miss it. That is the piece you took. Debawa tilts its head. Considering. Something moves under the skin of its face, not bones, something that does not have a name. Debawa. You are clever? The clever ones notice faster. It doesn't help them. Zitioleo. Give it back. Debawa. Amused. Things borrowed are never returned. That is the nature of borrowing when the lender does not know the terms. Zitioleo. Then I want to see what you took. Show me. Debawa pauses. This is unexpected. It studies him. Debawa. Why? Zitioleo. Because if you are going to take the rest of me, I want to see what I was first. A long moment. Wind through the acacia grass. Then Debawa opens the coat. Inside, not a lining. Something luminous. Pressed flat against the inner fabric like a moth pinned to velvet, a shape of Zitioleo. Not his body. Something smaller. His capacity for dread. His instinct to protect the people he loves. The thing that made him stop on the road and turn back when something felt wrong. He can see it. He cannot feel it. It is like looking at a photograph of your own heart. Zitioleo. Hollow. That's what you took. Debawa. A beginning. The rest is much richer. Zitioleo. The others. Sibusiso. The Kumolo girls. Boban Lovu. Can they be recovered? Debawa. Nlovu is gone. He was generous. Meaning, he gave too much. The others, what was taken is still inside me. Not digested. Not yet. Zitioleo. Then give it back. All of it. Everyone in this village. Debawa. Genuine curiosity. And why would I do that? Zitioleo. Because I am offering you something worth more than all of them combined. Debawa goes very still. Whatever is beneath its borrowed face, it is listening now with its full attention. Zitioleo, contid. I am a teacher. I have spent 2 years in a city reading everything I could find about things like you. Old accounts. Missionary records that try to explain you away and accidentally describe you perfectly. He takes one step forward. I know what you are afraid of. I know the one thing a borrower cannot take. The one thing that, if a person holds it at the moment of contact, makes the taking impossible. Debawa. Very carefully. What thing? Zitioleo. Willingness. Beat. You cannot borrow what is freely given. That is the original rule. The oldest rule. The one your kind has operated around for centuries because no one figures it out until it is too late. He holds out his hand. So I am not asking you to give back what you took. I am giving you the rest of me. Freely. Consciously. Every piece. Take it all. Debawa stares at the outstretched hand. It does not move. Debawa. Something like unease in the too slow voice. You are bluffing. Zitioleo. A man who cannot feel fear cannot bluff. You took that from me, remember? Debawa flinches. Because it is true. And it has never considered this. In all its centuries of taking, no one has ever offered. The mechanism of willing consent is not something it knows how to process. It is built entirely for theft. It cannot accept a gift, Debawa convulses. Not violently, slowly. Like a coat shaken out. The human shape it wears loosens, shifts, the edges dissolving back into something that has no fixed form. And from inside it, pieces return. Not dramatically. Quietly. Like coins dropping from a torn pocket. Zitulil feels the first thing return before he sees it. The weight of dread lands back in his chest like a stone dropped from height. He gasps. Staggers. His knees hit the ground and he grips the earth because the fear that rushes back in is enormous, all the fear he should have felt for the last 12 hours arriving at once. He stays on his knees. Breathes. Lets it move through him. Good, he thinks. Fear means I am still here. The bower has lost its shape entirely now. On the ground where it stood, nothing. Not even a footprint in the dust. Only the coat. Lying flat. Empty. Zitulil picks it up. Checks the lining. Just a coat. Zitulil walks through the village as the sun comes up. He stops at Sibusiso's door. Knocks. His uncle appears. Groggy. Irritated at the hour. Then something shifts in Sibusiso's face. A confusion. His hand goes to his chest, feeling for something, not sure what. Finding it. His eyes fill without warning and he cannot explain why. Sibusiso. In Zulu, subtitled. I had the strangest feeling all night. Like something was sitting on my chest and then got up. Zitulil. Quietly. It's gone now? Sibusiso nods slowly, not understanding, and goes back inside. Zitulil keeps walking. At the Kumono homestead, through the window, he can hear Sifui laughing. Her real laugh. The loud, uncontrolled one. Nothing careful about it. He exhales. At the edge of the village, the road stretches back toward the city. His grandmother stands at her door watching him. He looks back at her. Gogo. Calling across. You figured it out. Gogo. Calling across. You figured it out. Zitulil. You knew the rule all along. Why didn't you just tell me? Gogo. Simply. Because a rule told to you is information. A rule you discover yourself becomes a weapon. I needed you to have a weapon. He stares at her. Then, despite everything, he laughs. She watches him with that same expression from when he arrived. Except now it has resolved into something else. Pride. He picks up his bag. Turns toward the road. Gogo, cont'd. Calling after him. Zitulil. He stops. Gogo, cont'd. Next time someone asks to try your coat. Zitulil. Without turning. I know, Gogo. She nods. Goes inside. He walks down the road into a morning that is ordinary and enormous unease. The coat over his arm. Warm. Ho. Fade to black. If you want no more stories just like the video and comment your thoughts and subscribe the channel to help me to bring more stories like this. Thanks for watching.